Hey everybody, it's Rainedog here, and here is my 4-year anniversary Q&A video. Today is September 9th, 2014, and I posted my first video ever on September 9th, 2010. So it's been a good 4 years. I've got all your questions here on a Word document. I have no idea how many questions there are, but I'm going to try to answer most of them, and if I skipped over your question, I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer most of these anyways, but yeah, and if I sound like shit, it's only because I feel like shit because I'm sick right now, but I promised you this video, so here goes. Alright, so first question. What are the names of the games you will do in the future? Well, there's a few games I plan on doing, like, for example, after I'm done with Resident Evil 5, I actually want to do Desperate Escape, which is another question someone had. I plan on doing Desperate Escape from Resident Evil 5, and I plan on doing that co-op with Rainedog87. And after I'm done with that, I plan on doing The Last of Us, and then probably the Uncharted games, you know, first, second, and third. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. I'm thinking Fatal Frame 2, but again, I'm not sure. Maybe even Resident Evil 6. Some of you asked if I played it yet. Yes, I've played through the whole thing with Rainedog87. So yeah, I've played through Resident Evil 6. I think it's fun. There's some issues I have with the game, but I'll probably talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so next question. Do you speak any languages other than English? Well, I have a history of dabbling in many languages. For example, I can understand some Korean just because my mom's Korean and I've grown up with the language, so I understand some of that. Usually I can understand it, but if someone speaks it to me, I usually respond in English. I know some Japanese. I can read and write Japanese. My conversational is a bit lacking. I'm somewhat conversational in German. I know some Spanish also. I took 5 years of that. And I am somewhat conversational in Dutch. So, yeah, I know several languages. I can't confidently say I'm fluent in any of those, but I'm working on it. Right now I'm studying Dutch, and I'm hoping to reach fluency within, I don't know, half a year or so. So, we'll see. Okay. Next question. What is your favorite food? Well, that's a hard one just because I love food in general, and I love a lot of sorts of foods, but, I guess if I had to say what's my favorite, I would say, tonkatsu, which is a Japanese, pork cutlet, and it's really fucking good, and I wish I had some right now, but yeah, I don't have any right now, which makes me sad, but it's really good. If you haven't tried it, then you should try it, and, if you're a vegetarian or vegan, I'm sorry, you can't try it then. Okay. Next question. What was the hardest boss fight in any video game you have played? Well, the hardest boss fight I think I ever beat was in Kingdom Hearts when I had to fight Maleficent when she was in a dragon form, because I was stupid when I played the game. I didn't know that you can actually level up your weapons or anything. So I took on the boss battle without leveling up at all, and I don't know how many times I had to do that boss battle, at least like 30 times. I finally beat her, but I remember I was like, sometimes I was crying because I couldn't beat it, and it's only later that I figured out, oh, you're supposed to level up your fucking weapons, you stupid fuck. So that's why it was the hardest boss fight. It was really fucking annoying. Alright. Who is your favorite actor? Again, this one's a difficult one just because there's a lot of actors that I like. I don't know. I guess the name that pops up right now is Meryl Streep. I really like her. I like the roles she's played. I mean, she's a fantastic actor, and I'd actually like to meet her one day, even though she's somewhat older. That's totally fine with me. I think she's really talented, and I like all her movies. Alright, next question. Okay, so some people have asked me, will I finish up some of my series, like The Grudge? And the answer is yes, maybe someday. Right now, my HD PVR2 will not support consoles like the Wii or the PlayStation 2, so The Grudge is on hold indefinitely just because I need to figure out how to record that. I might have to just buy another Dazzle just because my other Dazzle is a fucking piece of shit. So I might have to buy another Dazzle to record gameplay from like The Grudge or like my any other stuff from the Wii or the PlayStation 2. But yeah, I plan on finishing it one day, so don't hold your breath because I don't think I'm going to finish it soon, but it'll happen eventually. Alright, next question. If you found out that a new Resident Evil game was being made and you found out the protagonists were Ashley and Sheva, how would you react? That's a good question. I would be very interested in seeing how that pans out, just because I know that Sheva is a capable character. Just as an AI, she kind of sucks in Resident Evil 5, but Ashley is like completely useless. So unless Ashley does like a complete 180 like Sherry did in Resident Evil 6, I'd be somewhat hesitant to actually play the game, because I mean, if it's gonna be like Resident Evil 4 where I have to save Ashley's ass the whole time, I'd be like, oh shit, well, I don't know, because I mean, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4 is like one of my favorite games, but Ashley was really annoying. I can't deal with her. Only time she was okay was when she was wearing her suit of armor, when, you know. But you have to beat the game several times before you could get that, so yeah. Alright, next question. If you could have one person to spend the rest of your life with, who would it be? Well, I guess I would say my husband, just because, yeah, that's why I married him, so yeah, that'd be the one person I'd spend the rest of my life with. Yeah, it's not going to be Leon, sorry. Leon's cute, but he's kind of stupid also, so not really life partner material. Okay, next question. Are you a student? The question is no. I am not a student anymore. When I started, yes, I was a student. Back in 2010, I started my master's program, working on my master's degree in graduate school. I haven't been in school since last year, May, so no, I'm not a student right now. And, yeah, so right now, instead, I'm working, so, you know, I try to fit in, you know, recording and stuff whenever I can. It's just things are really busy for me still. You know, I thought that life would be a little bit less busy when I'm done with school, but that's not the case. Alright, next question. Are you gonna do a Resident Evil Code Veronica X Let's Play? Right now, it's not in my list of games to do walkthroughs of. It might, maybe down the road, but right now I'm not planning on doing a Code Veronica walkthrough. One of the reasons being I haven't even played through the whole thing yet. So I think I've only played through like a quarter of the game. So if I end up finishing the game and, yeah, if I end up finishing the game and feel confident enough in making a walkthrough, then maybe I will. Alright, so next question. Out of the 4 years of playing and making walkthroughs, which year did you like the most? I don't know. I guess I'd say the first year. First year was, I think, the most exciting for me. It's not that I don't like it anymore. It just feels, it just felt a little bit more exciting when I first started out, just because I had like no fans when I started out. I think I had about like 2 subscribers when I started making walkthrough videos. And the first year was the most exciting because I started to gain popularity, and that was exciting that people actually liked my stuff. So I mean, it's still exciting now, but I have to say the first year was the best. Okay. All right, so next question. Do you like chili beans? To be honest, I am not a huge fan of chili. I never really was. I don't know what it is about it. Rarely do I ever have like a craving for chili beans. So answer is no, not really, sorry. I don't dislike them, it's just not my favorite. Okay, next question. What's your game setup look like? Okay, right now, I only have one console hooked up, and that's my PlayStation 3. My PlayStation 2 is kind of collecting dust somewhere in my room, and actually my sister is holding my Wii hostage in her room, so she is using my Wii, which is fine. At least it's not collecting dust with my PlayStation 2 and my GameCube and my Super Nintendo and my Nintendo, etc. So right now, I just have my PlayStation 3 set up right now with my HD PVR 2 hooked up to it when I need to record. Okay, next question. What's your name mean? Well, I think I answered this question in one of my older videos, but I guess I'll answer it again. Rainedog is a nickname that I got when I was in college from my best friend. When we were in school, the year before I started college, there was a cafe called the Rainedog Cafe down the street from my school. But then it closed when I started school. So, some of you might know that the name Rain is part of my legal full name. So my best friend used to call me Rainedog just because there used to be the Rainedog Cafe, and that nickname just kind of stuck. And the 87 comes from the year I was born, which is 1987. You can figure out my age now. Because of that, but so Rainedog87 comes from a nickname that I got in college and the year I was born. Alright, next question. Where are you from? Born in Chicago, raised outside of Chicago. Pretty much lived in the Chicago area for my entire life, apart from graduate school where I was in Iowa. Okay, next question. What do you do for a living? Right now, I am a private music instructor, so that's what I do. On the side, I sometimes help at my mom's restaurant, but for the most part, I teach music lessons. That's what I do. Okay, next question. What's your thoughts and opinions on The Walking Dead? To be honest, I've never watched The Walking Dead. I have friends who are obsessed with that show, and I know my sister really likes the show too, but I've never watched it, so I can't give you my honest opinion of the show just because I've never watched it. I heard it's interesting. Maybe if I have time, I'll watch it, but sorry, I've never watched it. Okay. Next question. What is who is your favorite band? Oh, that's a difficult one just because, I don't know, I don't really listen to one specific band at this moment. I guess my all-time favorite has to be like the Beatles or like Queen. I really like those bands, but I mean, I don't listen to be honest, like I teach music, but I don't listen to a lot of music. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of paradoxical. Okay. Next question. Do you ever think there will be a time where you will be able to post videos more frequently like you used to do a couple years back? Maybe. The thing is, what I might do is I'll try to record slightly longer videos, just because, you know, when I do work, you know, my time off, like, you know, when I get back from work, I kind of just want to chill out and not do recording and stuff. And a lot of my commentary depends on my mood. And I mean, that sounds like a cop-out, but it's kind of true. Like, if I'm not in the mood to, like, talk or anything, my commentaries would turn out to be really shitty. So I have to be, like, really in the recording mood to record videos. And usually I have that kind of energy during the weekends. So that's why I usually record on the weekends and post my videos on the weekends. So maybe I'll try to record a few more videos during the weekend so I could post a few more videos. But I don't think I'm going to ever go back to, like, cranking out, like, 5 videos or, like, you know, even 10 videos a week, just because I just don't have the time and energy to do that. Sorry. If I got paid to do this as a job, then sure, I'd do it a lot more, but I don't get paid for this. So it's more of a hobby, and, you know, I gotta balance my time, and I can't just devote all my time to making walkthrough videos. So, all right, next question. Okay, are you currently reading any new books? I don't know. As I got older, I started reading, like, fictional books less and less. I think the last fiction book I read were the Hunger Games series, which was a good series. I enjoyed it. But since then, I usually read, like, self-help books and stuff like that. Like, right now, I'm learning, sorry, not learning. I'm reading a language learning book. I was, like, Fluent in 3 Months, written by this guy named Benny Lewis. So that's what I'm reading right now, because one of my, one of my goals is to get at least somewhat fluent in conversational Dutch. So that's why I'm reading that book, to help me with my foreign language studies. So not very interesting to everybody, but I think it's an interesting read. All right, so next question. What do you like at Pizza Hut? Oh, I don't know. I tend to be, I tend to like simple flavors in terms of, like, anything I eat. If there's, like, too much of anything, I don't like it. So for me, quite honestly, I really like mushroom and black olives on my pizza. So usually I'll get that, like, regular hand-tossed crust. Not a huge fan of thin crust. So yeah, simple, boring. All right, next question. Do you like cooking? Yes and no. I'm kind of a lazy person sometimes, a lot of times. So I like cooking, but I don't like cleaning up after myself. So a lot of times I won't cook just because I don't want to clean up after myself. And when it comes to cooking, a lot of times if I'm really fucking hungry, I just want to eat something, like, right away. So I don't put in the time or effort to cook. Only time I do cook is, like, for my family, or, like, if I want to try to impress somebody. But I don't cook that much, even though I do like it, but then I don't like cleaning, so. Okay, next question. Your least favorite Resident Evil character from the entire franchise so far? Well, that's a tough one. There's a lot of characters I don't like. I've got to say, I really hated the characters from Resident Evil Dead Aim. There's, like, absolutely no character development, and the interactions between characters was really stupid, and the dialogue was just horrible. So yeah, I hate everyone from that game, including the bad guy who was, like, a lady tyrant with, like, boobs, even though he was a guy. So that was a little confusing. and stupid. Alright, we're down to our last few questions. Okay, what is your favorite movie? Man, all these questions are difficult. It's hard for me to say. I guess one of my favorite movies is Pulp Fiction. I really like that one. What else? I also like movies like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Those are the kind of movies that I can kind of watch over and over and over again, that I never get tired of. I also like the movie Groundhog Day, which kind of is just kind of like, out there, but it's just one of those movies. I've probably watched the movie as many times as Bill Murray's Relived Groundhog Day. And the TV shows I like to watch, I have a hard time following TV shows that are like linear, like that actually follow a specific story. I like watching TV shows that you could just like watch them out of order and it doesn't matter. So like, I like a lot of cartoon shows like American Dad, Family Guy, South Park, like SpongeBob SquarePants, which is like lame. I know I'm like 27 and I like it, but whatever. Of the shows that I actually did follow, I like the show Pushing Daisies, but it was canceled and that made me sad. And, yeah, there were a few shows, like I watched True Blood and then got tired of it. Dexter, I got tired of that too, so it's really hard for me to keep track of shows on TV. Alright, last question. Do you have either of the next-gen consoles? No, I don't. Just because they're really expensive. And I don't have that kind of money to throw away right now just because I have a lot of bills and loans to pay and other shit. So, I'm waiting for the price to go down a little bit. My husband and I are probably gonna buy one, I don't know, in the next year or two. I'm not in a hurry to get one at the moment, but my opinions on them, both seem interesting, but, I'm kind of a PlayStation kind of girl, so I'm leaning more towards getting a PS4 than a Xbox One. I think my husband wants an Xbox One too, but, I don't know. I know for sure that I want a PS4 at some point. But yeah. Alright, so those are all the questions. Wow, that took a really long time. But, hope you guys enjoyed my answers. If you have any other questions, you can always leave them in the comments, and maybe I'll use them for my next Q&A video. And yeah. So, I'm sorry, I didn't post any new videos this past weekend just because I was sick, but plan to see a new video this coming weekend. Alright, I'll see you all later. Bye.